Okay, so I'm at the airport and I'm walking to my flight, and I am so tired. Like, it just hit me in my face. And the way I describe being like airport tired is that you want to lay down, but you also want to be in your bed. And my flight got delayed, so I think we're getting to Ohio maybe a lot later than I expected. My flight was delayed so long that they gave me a new flight. Now I'm going to New Jersey, and they gave me a taxi voucher to get there, $145, and I'm picking up my bag at the carousel right now to leave this airport to go to another airport. So we're going to New Jersey. This is the part of traveling alone that I think is so interesting, because if this happened with anyone else, I would be having a blast. And I'm already having a blast because I'm like $15 for breakfast. Well, there's two parts to it. Okay, so we're at the gate. My flight was in about an hour and a half. I wasn't able to check my phone. I'm tired. Columbus. I'm crashing with my old roommates here for a few days. For the sake of this vlog, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing over the next week and how these kind of things work. So this week I was invited to be a headline author at the Columbus Book Festival, which is happening here in Columbus, Ohio, this Saturday and Sunday. That's a big festival with over 200 authors coming. If you know book festivals, you know the vibe. Typically when I'm invited to author events and things like that, I will be reached out to via email or via the publicist at Tin House, and they will reach out to me, express the details of the event, ask me what kind of event I'm interested in doing. So at this particular book festival, I'm doing an author talk this Saturday at 1 p.m. and I'm also doing a panel where I'm participating on a panel about identities on and off the page. And typically for a lot of travel and writing events, you are typically told kind of the run of show. They give you the agenda, you're given a travel expense, they might set you up with a hotel, and then you go there for a few days. And typically what I like to do, if my schedule allows it, is I like to visit a place a few days before the actual event, especially if I know people there. So if I'm ever coming back to Ohio, I'm more likely to visit a few days early, hang out, see friends, which is exactly what I'm doing here today. Honestly, whenever I come back to Columbus, immediately I feel relaxed. I popped a little laundry in, talked to my old roommate, he made me some food. I used to love sitting on this porch all the fucking time to write. Is this gonna work? Living in New York and having left Columbus, there are certain things about each city that I love and don't love. I love in Columbus that there's much more of a community vibe, things are walkable, you can get around pretty easily. I love in New York that I can meet new people and artists all the time, but I can say the more space you have as an artist, the more you feel better about writing. And I miss so many mornings where I'd wake up, make my coffee, come out here.
I have clients that we use AI with them, and you know, just because you have WebMD, no, right? You're still gonna want that human person, right? I know people that.
All right, work update for the day. I just did a panel with the Hearst and Wright Foundation on the cost of being a Black writer. It went really well. I am always really surprised, or not really surprised during panels, when I find that I have a lot of really great things to add or actionable pieces of advice. And I think it's my history in organizing. Like, I don't like contributing in a larger group setting unless I really have something to say. So I shared some good advice. I talked a lot about how it's important to navigate power and power dynamics as a Black writer and what that looks like and what that feels like. But I'm gonna hang out a little bit more, and I think me and some friends might go karaokeing later. We'll see who shows up. We'll see what happens. But we're back in Ohio. Did a lot of karaoke last night. Honestly, a blast. Did a lot of shots. Really went a little hard because I haven't been in Ohio and drank Ohio beer. Really? I guess in like 2 weeks, but I love Columbus in particular ways, and it was just fun to go to one of my favorite bars last night and drink and sing, and I sang two of my favorite songs. Saw this really cute Christian-looking dude. I was talking about this last night, how Ohio changes who I'm attracted to. Oh, so we're gonna do this photo shoot. I'm gonna try and not be hungover, and we have other things to do today. I'm gonna be co-working with a friend. I'm gonna be meeting up with a friend later. We will see. Okay, so I finally woke up and now I'm heading to a cafe. This is one of my favorite cafes in the city. It's weird, it's strange, it's cheap, it's in a basement, it's coffee underground. You've seen it in some vlogs before, but I'm excited to visit it now that I'm here. I like that I can just walk around and find cute little spots. I don't know, I think it's just being in a residential neighborhood that's not in a large city. The neighborhood just feels way more relaxing. Like even walking around, there's greenery, there's trees. Like if you grow up in a place like New York City, you don't even think of this as something that like a lot of people live in, or it might not be something that you desire. But even just waking up now, I'm like, today I actually could write. So that'll be the test today. We'll see. There we go for coffee underground. Okay, so the goal right now is to basically do some novel edits and then hopefully to edit a video. We'll see how it goes. Brought some food, my friend is on the way. I always feel like I never get enough sleep, but let's do this. Okay, so typically when I'm working, I always kind of check my emails when I start off the day. It helps me kind of figure out if there's anything I need to respond to immediately. Right now there's not really anything super pressing that I need to do, but what is this? Oh, I have an interview on Saturday morning. Okay, I'm gonna need to remember that. Okay, so we just finished working here at Coffee Underground. I edited a video, I sent some emails. I think I want to do some novel editing for the next hour or two, but I'm going to change locations and kind of assess what I need to do. But hopefully today I can write through and edit chapter 3. We're wishing for the best. I probably want to be done with work today around 3 p.m. But I usually like to start off with tasks that are really manageable and make me feel successful. So if I can knock out 3 to 4 to-do list things by like noon, then I can have the next few hours to work on something a little heavier. So that's kind of my strategy right now. Oh! I was here a few weeks ago for another book festival. That was the Ohio Book Festival. But the Columbus Book Festival is going to have over 200 authors. Tomorrow is the first day. I am doing a morning radio interview. I think this is like the first author-related thing I've done like that, news-wise. I am also doing a 1 p.m. talk, which I have pretty much prepared for. And then I'm doing a 4 p.m. panel. And I'm just here to vibe. I've been here for 2 days, as you've seen. In a few days, I'm going to DC. I'm going to take you there with me because I'm doing a writing workshop. But we just... So this is the front door, but you walk in, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty bright, light walls. Here's one bathroom, I think. Here's one bathroom, half bath, easy right here. And then to the right of the doorway is a bedroom. Here we go. It looks pretty simple. I mean, this place is actually kind of boringly decorated. Like, I feel like I am in a weird museum or something. I don't know. Oh, wow. There's this whole area over here. What is that? Oh my gosh. Another bathroom. Ooh, what is this? Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh my gosh. This is a... Oh my gosh. I'm going to take so many good TikToks in here. Okay, cute bathroom, regular toiletries, amazing shower. Like, this is cool. Sliding door. And then over here, this is actually one of the reasons I wanted to book this Airbnb is that they have laundry here. So before I do a little bit of laundry, that's always nice to do when you're traveling, especially in the summer now since it's so sweaty. But I'm here for a little bit. I think in a little bit I'm going to go swimming with my friends, so I'm not really sure when that's going to happen. Oh yeah, and then here's the kitchen. So we have a nice little island over here. Over here we have a stove, microwave, Keurig. We know we're going to be using that, a little fridge. I don't know if I'm going to really put anything in it. It would have been nice to maybe get some groceries. And then over here is the living room area. Cute little sofa, cute little table over there. Usually when I'm on ground floors, I kind of get freaked out. No, actually, I'm definitely closing these at night. Like, when I'm staying anywhere and I'm on the ground floor, I'm always... But I feel good being here, and I feel really lucky to travel and be able to do all of these things for work. I made a little, like, almost a year since I've been a debut author video, and I saw how many places I've gone to. I mean, book launch in Ohio, then I did an event in New York, and then San Francisco, LA, DC, Toronto, North Carolina, Indiana, Ohio, Seattle. So that's like 10 places. Oh my gosh, it's wild when I actually think about it. I've done so many interviews, and I have done workshops. I've talked to high schoolers, I've talked to older people about my book, and I feel like it's been really beautiful to get so many different process. I think every single part of the art making process is really humbling for me, and I appreciate that. I never get a big head, and I work hard, and I'm grateful to be here. And in all honesty, this week I've struggled a lot with jumping back into my novel edits and feeling super motivated around that, but I have put in work every single day. Today I kind of took a break. Tomorrow I think I might try to do some work in the morning or maybe in between my interview tomorrow and my 1 p.m. talk, but then I also need to start reading for this workshop that I'm going to be doing next week. So we have a few things we need to handle before it's time to go. But I think on Sunday I'm going to do a lot of the workshop reading because I'm kind of like, I don't need to do it all right now. I feel like I'm not the best at choosing Airbnbs. Like, we have that infamous Florida Airbnb that was on my Studios of Key West vlog. Scary, in the hood, bars on the walls. There's the Airbnb in Mexico that I found that we tried to sneak another person into, and we got caught, and we had to pay more.
So convoluted, so I don't even want to like get into the like deep. Incredibly fun game. It was super weird. Is the weird.
Let's drop our banners. Can you drop a banner on this? But this is a good spot. Very good.
So many for parts, you sunk your teeth into me. Let's go. We're gonna go and I'm gonna take you with me. We're gonna go and get interviewed by the news. I don't feel nervous. Okay, so we're walking to where I need to go for this interview. It's right here. Oh, see, like, things like this happen where I have lived the past 4 years and I'm like, why was I ever aware of, like, literary festivals, book festivals, all this stuff? Like, I'm shook. But heading to this interview, I'm not really nervous, really. Sometimes before news interviews, I feel good today. I feel relaxed. I feel like I had a good night. Very clarifying night. So, I don't know. I'm just curious what questions they'll ask. We will see. I'll keep you updated. Make it man, you're man. Just talked to the news. This book festival. I just talked to the news, which was really cool. The interview was quick. The host was actually also an OU grad, so that was cool to talk about. But I'm here. It's about 9 a.m. I agreed to do a panel at 10 a.m. I'm doing an author talk at 1, and I'm doing another panel at 4. I'll keep you following me around, but I love literary stuff in Cleveland because growing up here, I'm always just shocked that these things are actually happening, and it's just so beautiful to see, and I'm excited to see if I meet any people that I know today. But I'm excited, and I got a call. Okay. Going to my first panel. Okay, so we just did our first panel. It was on personal essays and biography. Really amazing. Happened right behind me here. I always wish I could record these things, but you can't always record something when you're trying to do your job. But I think now it's time to go to the author area, I think. Let's see. Okay, so it is about 3:30 p.m. I am hitting a wall. I'm tired. I ate food. I just did the 1 p.m. author talk that I had, and it went really well. I talked a lot about the process of finding out things about my family that end up in my book and how it really shaped the themes that I wanted to explore. And I got asked a lot of questions. Someone asked about my thoughts on forgiveness, got asked a question about how faith shows up in my work. Another really interesting question about how to write about people who are not here and how do you navigate that. And yeah, it was just really good. I love coming to Ohio for events because I always see people that I don't expect or haven't seen in a while, and yeah, I just felt very loved and seen and perceived for who I am, which is really amazing. And at the end, the moderator asked me what Black joy looks like for me, and I kind of said, my life right now. So I don't know, I just feel really grateful, kind of in a haze. I'm kind of tired. I figured out that I got 4 hours of sleep. But we have another panel in a half an hour, and then I want to lay down or watch a movie, or maybe I should take food before I leave.
Not Wesley signing line at the moment that he wants to finish.
The language of bias. And to me, that's what it sounded like. And the only way to really combat that is to have objective data.
Okay, so I am done with the first day of the Columbus Book Festival. Guys, they sent you copious amounts of information. They had all sorts of volunteer and staff there, people to take you to your panels, to answer any questions you had. It was such a big space, so you didn't feel like crammed in, and they had all these different booths outside and signings after every panel that an author did, so you got to like meet people. And the first panel I did was really good. That was on biographies and personal essays, and I really enjoyed how intersectional that panel was, and we talked about a lot of good things. And then I did a 1 p.m. author talk, which went really well. A lot of people were there. My old roommate's parents were there, a bunch of my friends. I felt good about my talk. I liked a lot of the questions that were asked. And then I kind of started to hit my wall because I went out until 4 a.m. last night and I woke up at 8. Like, yeah, I mean, since last night I had a long talk with my friend Eli about how I navigate family in the way that my family has hurt me, in the way that I set a lot of boundaries and I cried a lot, and I talked to another writer today about it, and I just think life is really hard. It's hard being queer. It's hard going through some of the things I went through. It's hard showing up for other people and knowing that you need to set boundaries, but also some part of you wishing that you could express the full truth. And that's what I wanted to do with this book. I don't know, it's just, life is overwhelming, but I'm extremely grateful. I'm glad I have good friends. I'm getting paid to do this. And I think I'm gonna eat enchiladas later. Whew. I am so fucking tired.
Baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me.